There has been some discussion among gamers and critics about whether the Souls-like genre, games inspired by Dark Souls and its hardcore difficulty, cryptic storytelling, and deep world building, has started to wear out its welcome for some players. While the Elden Ring captivated millions, but what if I told you the future of Soulslikes goes far beyond the lands between? With a continued stream of new games in development and a growing audience, the future of the Souls-like genre is promising. While the genre's core gameplay loop remains popular, developers are also exploring ways to innovate and add unique twists. However, the high difficulty and potential for market saturation are potential challenges. Many developers are building upon the Souls-like formula, introducing new combat mechanics, character customization options, and unique settings. Games like Lies of P and Another Crab's Treasure demonstrate the genre's adaptability, with unique narratives and settings. Since its days of Demon Souls, which laid the foundation of everything, the genre's success has attracted a large audience and new games are being released and anticipated. Forget everything you think you know about Soulslikes, because the genre is about to evolve in ways you can't imagine, far beyond Elden Ring's shadow. And at one point, it's funny if too from where it all started with Demon Souls' unique lore, and which set the groundwork. Dark Souls arguably perfected what Demon Souls set out to do and has one of the best first halves in terms of level design. Dark Souls 2 expanded on the lore in an amazing way and tried a lot of different things. It has one of the largest options for where to go first and still has one of the most active PvP scenes. Dark Souls 3 arguably made the best boss fights and had the best music in the series. It perfected what the series set out to do. Bloodborne changed the game by being faster and taking a different approach. The lore and storytelling was top-notch and early areas were masterclass level design. Sekiro tried its own thing by making a more narrative-focused game and played with deflect counter. It took the Souls-like formula and made a new genre in itself. Elden Ring turned the world open and gave the largest options yet. It brought many people into the genre by being more accessible and still having that OG formula. And now Night Rain is attempting a co-op-focused Souls-like. It is amazing that they are constantly changing the genre with innovation, while other companies like Ubisoft or Gearbox just slap a higher number on the box and try to recreate the original magic. But with a market saturation and the increasing number of Souls-like games could lead to players becoming fatigued with the genre's conventions. Finding the right balance between challenge and accessibility is crucial for attracting a wider audience. Why is that? One of the biggest problems FromSoft may start having in the near future may come because of the oversaturation of the genre. The Souls-like formula has been so successful that developers have rushed to create their own versions of it. While this led to some great titles, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, Elden Ring, Hollow Knight, it also created a glut of similar experiences. Gamers might start feeling like they're playing the same game over and over, just with slightly different settings or mechanics. And one of its core problems that FromSoft has since going mainstream with it, groundbreaking success. Elden Ring is at difficulty level. One of the defining characteristics of Souls-like games is their difficulty. For some players, the relentless challenge can become exhausting. Not every gamer wants to spend hours mastering a boss fight or figuring out cryptic lore. While some thrive on that challenge, others might burn out on it. But on the other hand, some players are experiencing what I like to call an emotional drain on the genre. A lot of these games don't hold your hand. They feature subtle storytelling, ambiguous world building, and are often filled with grim, oppressive atmospheres. That can be mentally and emotionally taxing. Some players might just want a break from the heavy themes and high-stakes gameplay, opting for something more lighthearted or easier to digest. The massive lack of true innovation and willingness to expand and evolve on what FromSoft were started is creating a fatigue as well. While Souls-like games can be fantastic, there's a certain formula to them that can feel stale if it doesn't evolve. You get the same slow, methodical combat, the same kind of world structure, and the same type of progression. When those elements aren't innovated upon, it can leave players feeling like they've seen it all before. But what to do? Developers need to find ways to stand out in a crowded market and offer something fresh and compelling. And not just another Dark Souls from Temu. Since the release of the Elden Ring Night, as Souls gamers we know that Hidetaka Miyazaki may not direct all future From Software titles. His influence on the genre remains significant. That we as a community, we demand from the developers quality over quantity at all time. While the Elden Ring was just the beginning, the seeds of a completely new Souls-like era are already being sown, hinting at experiences that will challenge your skills and minds in unprecedented ways. And yes, games like Elden Ring brought the Souls-like experience into an open world, which was a huge leap forward. But even with that shift, the core mechanics still rely heavily on tough, measured combat, exploration, and trial and error. Some players may be growing tired of the repetitive nature of exploring vast worlds full of unforgiving challenges. That said, there are still a lot of players who absolutely love the Souls-like genre and are excited for new entries. It's not necessarily that the genre is dying, but there may be a portion of gamers who are starting to need a break from it. What's your take? Do you think there's too much of the same thing now, or are you still into the challenge?